Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. It is the old midday money. There you go. There we go. We got the right banner on. I was trying to be dramatic before I rolled out the midday money. Welcome on into the show here. Friday, the 12th of December. Hope everybody's doing all right today. We had a good night last night. Falcons get it done for us. We'll take it. Nice. Pitts. Tutty gets done. We had the receiving yard there for Bijan. Nice little night with the freebies. Let's see if we keep it going here today. Well, though a light schedule for sure here today on a Friday. Not much going on. I got some I got a little NBA, college football, and I put some NFL up for Sunday here for you because what do we got today? Not much basketball. Not much going on Friday. Not much going on. Football Friday, though, live show, an hour and a half. I will tweet that out later for some football action. You want to discuss that. Strictly football. Football Friday. Like, share, subscribe, notification bell on here on the YouTube channel, Twitter, at Mr. Sean Higgs. 52-61. We're holding steady between 61 and 63. So there's that. iHeartRadio after the fact. If you want to listen to the Midday Money Show, or perhaps a Look at a Line show, which you should really tune into. I do that on Tuesday night, Wednesday nights, and of course on Sunday. The original Look at Lines. Actually, I shouldn't say the original Look at Lines was a college basketball conference tournament show 5 years ago. But we've moved on. Let's get into some comments, picks. We'll move on for today. In the chat, we're posted. Boom. Michael B's in the house. Stop Gio's in the house. DeCane. What do you say? NBA no betting allowed. Pound it, my guys in the house. Everybody's loving the new footies. Or the new phone edition of the show. Nick's in the house. Green Bay to win the Super Bowl plus 750. Good to see Nick Hunt. Michael B goes 3-0 yesterday. Iowa first half, full game. Falcons, there you go. Tampa sub Bucky Irvin out for a goal line for backup running back. Sean Tucker, bro. That guy, he gets all the action. I have opinion on the defense we put for Ron Mexico. Jags versus Jets, Texans, Arizona, and Niners, Titans. Yeah, Texans, Arizona would be my number one. I don't trust the Jaguars. And, the Niners, it's a toss-up with their injuries. Houston's been good all year. They've been good all year. Let's get Ron Mexico on to the next round. Speaking of next round, college football, Montana State here, minus 14 in the little subdivision of footies tonight. FCS playoffs, Montana State minus 14. There is that. Tomorrow in college football, the Buckle Up Bowl, right? The Buckle Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk at SoFi Stadium. All good. Up to no good in Inglewood. We go over 52.5 there with Boise. Army, Navy. I'm going over to 38.5. I know there's those trends, 18 and 6 to the under. But these totals started at like 50. 2 years ago it was 28. Yeah, I'm just going to be different. We'll just be different and go over the total. NBA, nothing but action. Warriors, 1.5. This was like a 3 last night. It's come down. I don't care who's sitting for Michael B's crappy Warriors. We're taking the Warriors tonight. They're going to come out to play. Tyrod Taylor ruled out for the Jets. Justin Fields ruled out for the Jets. I love it. Jets and the points. I love it even more. Can we get more than 13? They don't want to go more than 13.5, though. There we go. Texans under 42.5 here. Mike, you were talking about the Ron Mexico defense. Let's go under the total. Raiders plus the points. The Jets and the points. Seattle under versus Grandpa Rivers, literally old man Rivers. Saints over 40.5. That just looks off. 40.5. Carolina's coming out of their bye week. Saints have put up points. Carolina puts up points and allows points. 40.5. It might be the squarest play of my picks there for Sunday NFL, but we're going to go with it. No hockey tonight with 2 hockey games. We got and I thought about St. Louis. Not the Billikens in college hoops, the Blues on the ice. I didn't get there. Joe Adele says Bills minus 1 of the top plays of NFL. Everybody's going to be on the Bills for a revenge factor there. And 100% boost on Hard Rock. Let's build us a should-win parlay. Call it a day. Should win. All right. Should win. I'm holding the other 2 Ds until tomorrow, then I'll drop them. I don't want our opponents to be able to use them. That's fine. What are we holding on? I mean, is there somebody out there we really got to get, for next week? I faded the Flyers yesterday, Gary. Fading Philadelphia. Texans money line, Eagle money line. First 2 legs of the parlay. Eagles money line, huh? Ballsy. Eagles. I mean, I will not be shocked if the Eagles lose. I mean, let's take the Eagles out of that one. Let's just remove the Eagles. I feel safer with the Jaguars. Now, I don't think the Jags could easily not cover 13, but they're playing a lot better than the Eagles. Put the Jags in instead of the Eagles. And I like the Jets getting 13.5 more than I like the Raiders getting 11.5. But I don't really want to bet on Philly there. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Yes, that is a Warriors bet. Lions 14.5 is safe. Lions plus 14.5 against the Rams. I think you're all right with 14.5. I assume Steph is back there. Otherwise, there's no way they should be favored over the Wolves. So last night, I don't know if he's playing because last night the line was like 3.5, 4. It's come down. Yeah, take the Eagles off. And this is, can they win? Sure, they should win. They're 14-point favorites or whatever. They're 12-point favorites. But do you really want to jump on a team playing the way they're playing? That's my thing of these things. Yeah, it's good. You look at it, you tease it down, you money line this or that. Okay, but then you got to kind of look at how are they playing? Lost to the Chargers, 22-19. Lost to the Bears, 24-15. Lost to the Cowboys, 24-21. Didn't score a point in the second half. You beat the Lions 16-9, beat the Packers 10-7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. One of those games, you scored more than 19 points. I mean, you're averaging, what is that? 10, 16, 21, 37, 47, 52, 62, 71. That's what we're doing. Basically like 14 points a game, 15 points a game. Yeah, not interested in that. Mike Lee's got nothing. I'm leaning towards the Hornets. The Bulls have failed to cover a spread in 11 straight. All right. Hey, again, we're not taking teams that aren't covering. I'll take them. Mike could have 2 sacks on Sunday for the Packers. Huh. I like the under, Nick. So you know what? I'm not going to say no to an exotic sack prop. That's just my 2 cents there on the Eagles. I might boost up the total and take the under in the Eagles game. Listen, Gary, look at lines last week. We had it 40.5. Now it's 38.5. Warriors are a hot mess right now with Pat Spencer just running point guard, and BC's finest Quinton Post is leading the team in scoring. Got problems. More reason to like him, Michael. Mr. Tim Earl, Moneyline Falcons never in doubt. Tim, let's talk about the Mets. And I'm not. This isn't like come to like rub in salt and wounds or stuff. I'm trying to figure out. You make the trade for Simeon, which. I don't know about that. I'm in Nemo's on my RBI list, right? He's my RBI cat there. Him, McNeil, 5, 6, 7 in any order. You make a move like that, name big, go looking for the name brand kind of stuff. They didn't want Alonso last year. We get that. You signed Devin Williams. You let Diaz walk over, what, $3 million a year? Pennies in today's baseball. I saw someone say put Soto at first base, right? I mean, they don't love his outfield work. He's got to – what's his contract? He'll be, 34 when his contract's over, 33? Still young, basically, right? You put him at first base. Why – again, he might not like it, but you know what? You sign Belly, you sign Tucker or Breggy, because Belly can play some first base. No pitchers to be seen. You lost out on Cease. Is this like, you want to think like, oh, maybe they're rebuilding, but then they make that trade for Sim. I don't know what you want to let guys walk is one thing. And listen, they didn't want Lindor last year. They didn't know they were going to sign him this year. That wasn't happening. What are you doing with Lindor? Are you going to sign Framber? Again, I don't love Framber. I like Framber, but he is what he is. I don't think he's an ace guy. Flannery, I think, is a free agent, and he's another guy. I like him, but he's like a 2-3. He's got to be healthy. Who's your pitching staff? Are they going to make a move for Cabrera? Are they going to trade all their young guys and go after Skubal? That's one at Cease, yeah. Soto first put Belly and Tucker in the outfield. Trade for Skubal. And you can do this. Belly could spell Soto at first. Put those guys in the outfield. The Skubal, you got those young pitchers. Again, all these young pitchers. How the hell do you know they're going to be good? I don't know if they're going to be good. You get Skubal. SF9 or APB out for Mr. Weskers. Have not seen Mr. Weskers in any chats lately. Haven't seen him over in Tony's, not on Kerm's show, and nowhere. Nobody found Mr. Weskers. Hasn't messaged me on the X. I still think I could still get messages, on my phone. They have yet to ask me for my I told myself, I'll message you on the X as long as I can get in without putting a passcode in. Mike B says, might take the off huge college basketball card tomorrow. Illinois to blow Nebraska out of the water. Yeah, Illinois. I'm annoyed I missed Purdue the other night after they got trucked. I was surprised Baltimore agreed to sign Alonso. Baltimore never spent money. Here's another thing. The chat knows. Grayson Rodriguez, I had him for his over, 11.5 wins the year the guy got hurt. I was high on Grayson Rodriguez. The fact they traded him for, an outfielder, like a 30-year-old out, you know what? Is Pounded here? Is Anthony still here? Time to get rid of those rookie cards. If they got rid of him for a rando outfield bat, not even a good outfield bat, his arm's got to be toast. He's got to have spaghetti in his elbow or something. You got Alonso. You got all these bats. Again, who the hell's pitching for you? Are they trading for Cabrera? Actually, Mackenzie Gore is who they're looking at, right? They want Mackenzie Gore. You got Alonso first. Trade Kobe Mayo. Mayo was a top prospect. Trade him. I'm not sure what the Mets are doing. Diaz didn't want to come back anyways. That's fine. Kevin Durant going to the worst. You know what, though? As much as the Dodgers won, someone posted a picture of the play at the plate where what's his name was like this far away from being safe. And really, there was, you were that far away from the Blue Jays winning the World Series last year. So the Dodgers spend the money, but let's be honest, they were in kind of fights with these teams. And they spend money on what? How many guys are hurt? Listen, money absolves a lot of problems. You could have extra this, extra that. Like, hey, I might got bad blankets, but I got a bunch of them. I can replace the blanket. They're talking about trading Glass now. Now that's the thing. Like the Dodgers offer Glass now and a barrage of their prospects. Who do you want, Glass now or two of the Mets' top 3 pitching prospects? And honestly, if I'm the Tigers, I'd rather roll the dice on 2 guys I know nothing about as youngsters than Glass now, who I know what I'm going to get 20 starts out of every year. Maybe 20 guys hurt half the year. I don't want that guy. Lost out on Cease, had to Cease get all the money. He was terrible. Yeah, but he is solid for what he is. He's solid. But, you got to pay. Here's the thing, though. Are you going to re-sign Bichette? Like, okay, you got Cease because everybody else was a free agent on your staff as a pitcher, basically, right? What else are you doing? Vladdy and Cease ain't taking you. You haven't re-signed Bichette. I mean, how the Yankees aren't in on Bichette is beyond. I mean, how don't you just have Bichette? I mean, that's you weaken one team, you strengthen yours, you weaken a rival. Where are they going to go? They're going to get Seager? Mets never wanted Cease. That's we're going to patchwork. We're going to patchwork this staff together. And I listen. It's not fantasy baseball, right? You can't just take everybody and just say we're doing this. Doesn't mean it's going to work out. Money's fine, but you gotta. We've seen the quote unquote dream teams not get there. Free agents. Who we got this year? All right, Cease was out there. Diaz has gone. Devin Williams, Suarez, right? He signed. Hensley signed. Who else is out here to get? I saw Soroka signed. How about that? How about that guy still getting contracts? We look to fade him for Arizona. Alek Manoah goes to the Angels. I mean, Jordan Montgomery, I don't know if he's going to come back here. Bissett, Giolito, Framber, Mikolas, Montes, Scherzer, Verlander, Zach Gallen. Who's signing Zach Gallen? How about a manga? Ranger Suarez is out there. I mean, let's be honest. Michael King, that is a Mets guy right there. Merrill Kelly's out there. Who are you signing? Tiger would be the toughest team in the world to take Scuba. They're not paying him next year, Mike. They're not paying him $200, $300 million. So you're going to let him walk and get nothing? They're not paying him. I knew you meant trade. Furrow signed a starting pitcher that'll take them to win the AL East. Are you? How? You take them? Oh, my goodness. Who else is on that staff? I mean, they could hit a little bit. Who's pitching? And honestly, how was the hitting last year when they needed it? Kyle Bradish. I like Trevor Rogers. I like the with the Marlins. Dean Kramer, Tyler Wells, Cade Povich, Brandon Young. That's your starting pitching. Like all those guys. Not only does Baltimore need starting pitching and bullpen, all the young guys took a step back last year. Yeah. They didn't want to trade for a closer 2 years ago when they were playing well. Thought Fletcher said he was coming back next year. I thought that didn't make sense money-wise. He might be. I'm just saying he's a guy. He's like a 3 guy. But when he pitches, he keeps you in a game. He keeps you in a game. Yeah, well, no one's offered him anything yet. Bichette's got nothing yet, Tim. Jeff Kemp finally got a Hall of Fame. About time. Yeah. Yeah, but listen, these writers, they're a bunch of babies. These writers are guys who were Jeff Kent made fun of in high school and laughed at him, and they hold grudges. I can't. Dale Murphy couldn't get in. I mean, Dale Murphy. If you're the best player of the freaking decade, how the hell aren't you in the Hall of Fame? I don't get it. I mean, Don Mattingly for 6 years, best player in baseball. I mean, hell, Joey Bell. I put Joey Bell in there over some of these guys. You look at a player and you say, that guy's a Hall of Famer. I like Harold Baines. I thought he was solid. I never thought, Harold Baines is a Hall of Famer. Dude, you watch Johnny Baseball play for those years. Best player in baseball. Was Harold Baines our best player in baseball? Del Murphy was the best player. I mean, is it the Hall of Stats? Hall of Famous people? Hall of guys we like? It's an Big Pappy's in there, Bagwell, and Piazza, but you won't put Clemens in there, or McGuire, or Bond. You know what? I don't think Sosa's really a Hall of Famer because that guy, Manny tested positive a bunch of times. How the heck Roger Clemens and Bonds aren't in there? Gary Sheffield, Big Pappy's in there. The guy hit 9 home runs in Minnesota. He gets what Manny Ramirez. This is the same thing with like A-Rod. If you're going to say A-Rod can't be in the Hall of Fame or Canseco, then how the hell do you put Pappy in there? Lock it in. Shamara Dyke over 3.5 receptions versus the Niners. There you go. A little Titan prop from Gio. Why would the Tigers not pay him? They're not paying him. They already said they weren't going to pay him. Baseball's Hall of Fame's a joke. I know bidding is legal, like we got Pete in. Yeah, I mean, that guy's not in. We went off the rails with baseball, hot stove. But then again, we got nothing to talk about here, sports-wise. It's a quiet day with college hoops. And as Mike said, we got a lot of college basketball for tomorrow. We got to kind of feast our eyes on. Get ready for that. Loads of action there. Let's I'll put the picks back in the chat. I got a live in an hour, Matt Fargo and Mark Lawrence, Football Friday. I will tweet that out for anyone who wants to pop in and say hello. But Montana State in FCS tonight. Washington, Boise over tomorrow, 52.5. I'm going over Army Navy, 38.5. NBA, we're taking the Warriors to come out and play, for a nice little money line winner, minus 125. NFL Sunday, Texans under, Raiders, Jets, Big Doggy, Seattle under, Saints over. There you go. Not going to be there picking and choosing with the steroid guys. If you cannot tell the story of baseball without the guys you should be in. I mean, again, Big Pappy, Bagwell, Piazza. You telling me those guys are on steroid guys? I mean, what are we doing here? What are we even doing? Bonds, A-Rod, Clemens. How you not in the Hall of Fame? Dale Murphy, Manley. I mean, it is, you watch a guy play, Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Fred McGriff. I never thought, man, this guy's a Hall of Famer watching him play. Oh, if he hits X amount of home runs, he is. I mean, you're consistently good. Were you ever great? Were you ever the best? Doc Gooden, it's the best for years. Like, I know it's short. They need long. There has to be something for the guys who are injury ripped on less than 10 years, 8 years careers. It's terrible. Yeah, I know. Bagwell. I mean, holy cow. Again, Jeff Kent, best second baseman generation. Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones at 98 homers. Best defensive center fielder for a decade. He's not in? Why? All right. Back tomorrow with midday money on Saturday. Again, Mr. Sean Higgs on the X. I will tweet out live Football Friday live in an hour. Kenny Lofton should be in this. Well, he's right there. He's right there. That's a, you know, because then you get to a bar of guys where it's like you let them in and they all come in. Plenty of time to talk MLB hot stove because it'll be slow. They what, you know, a couple bowl games here and there coming up and stuff like that. So MLB good stuff coming up. Heisman tomorrow. Probably the Indiana kid Mendoza should get it, right? I mean, beats Ohio State, undefeated season. They get the most touchdown. Well, he had more touchdown passes than Pavia. We're out of here. And by we, I mean me and all of you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.